Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Keepers League 3.27. In this episode, I am going over graphs and then build updates and also some shipping profit highlights. Okay, so first, yeah, it was the crafting of the graft. So I started using the other one because I was using the replicating for the minion damage, but I got a recommendation to use the other one, and I was like, well, I was using the other one for the attack speed and the minion res, but then I decided to take out the poison jewel and take out the Did I put it here? Yeah. I took out the poison jewel to put another 2 max fire res, so then we go up even higher past the, it's for when you have minus max res. It's it's freaking annoying. But basically I decided to not run the poison jewel, so one less ghastly, which means you could run one more cobalt, which you could run the extra minion res. You could also run the extra max fire res suffixes. So then I didn't need the the minion res from my graft. So instead I could get the minion damage 54. The problem with this graft was that the implicit was like spell AoE, which doesn't work because the spell is only the summoning of the minion, not the actual minion. So then yeah, I ended up using these implants. You could use implants on the magic and the rare and then adding an extra modifier. But basically I bought it with the minion damage, T1, 50 minion damage, and the increased graft blood gained T1. And then the suffixes don't actually matter on this one because you won't really trigger the ability. It's when commanded, this graft will summon forth a field of grasping hands, each of which clutches an enervating orb of lightning. When an enemy is near a hand, the orb it clutches will detonate to deal lightning damage and sap on it. Yeah. So you're not using it, and then the implicit was the spell AoE. Now we have the less, or a chance to take less AoE damage from hits per overcap cold rest. So when you don't delete the cold, we have 110 extra divided by 2, so 55% chance to take 20% less AoE damage from hits. It's pretty good. And then on top of it, the 54 minion damage and the graph blood gained. So then I wanted to show 994 minion damage. And then we still have a multi-modded wand. So this shows how I could have much more. And then so some side things. We had went the Ul Natal's Ami and went the 7 link. I changed the chest to a doppelganger, guys. It was 40D for the +4 on a 38% less fizz and chaos damage taken while sand chest. My Dendrobait was pretty good, but this is tankier against Fizz and Chaos. I needed Ellie survivability technically, but this also gives you the 10% life regen when hit. It's insane. So it takes me from like the 1200 to 2k regen with all the increased life regen rate that I have. And then along with this, so you could still just go with the other +4 instead. It's different defenses, and really I needed more Ellie defenses as anyways, but this is great against Fizz and Chaos, and it was actually a lot cheaper than I thought, because originally when I looked for this, it was like half a mirror, and then it was 40D, so 40D is a lot less than half a mirror, so I bought it, and then along the same time, I bought a large cluster, so this was like 26, I don't know why, because it's perfect, and it's weird because these used to be like really expensive, but apparently people crafted them this season and they're cheap, so I'm not complaining. So I got one, and then I took all the points, so it's like 50 Ellie res. It's insane because it's like 10 points of 5. So yeah, 50 Ellie res, so 150 res, and then all that damage and life and attack speed. So just like before, I take out all the minion nodes of the masteries, because you would think, well, you can only choose one if you have one offense mastery, so AoE or cooldown recovery rate. I chose the AoE, since my zombies have AoE and cooldown the same, so when this is 30 over 20, it's better, and also this scales the AG and everything else, where the cooldown would only scale like the Spectre and the zombie, so this should scale everything. And then this one, I didn't get the same one because it's way more expensive. It was only like 12D to not get that fourth mod, so because I already had one, I have so much extra resistance. I could spend the extra like 40D to get a second one, but I could also just save, and I still have really good resistances. And then it's just that if I want to redo the rest of my gear, which I didn't want to yet, so I got a less good one as the second one, but it's still really good. Those three primary mods, the life, attack speed, and the increase effect. And then you can see you're missing all that free resistance basically though, but it's not free because the jewel costs currency. Um, and if, like how I got the other one for cheaper, it made me, I should have bought two at the time, but I didn't think that they would go up. But as soon as I bought it, they went up. So it's like people were looking at my build or something. I don't know. But yeah, 994 minion damage, a lot of attack speed from all these nodes. And then our life went up. We're at 4,200. I took a bunch of the life nodes on the tree. You could take out a bunch of this and put it into damage, but I actually like the survivability for the Harpy because of 13 Harpy maps that I've been doing. And damage is incredible. I was thinking let's show a map to show the damage on the boss. Since people may wonder how it does without the poison jewel, the poison chest plate, with just the extra damage. And yeah, it's pretty good. If anything, the poison wasn't adding very much when you want to burst on a boss because you kill him too quickly anyways for the poison to actually deal the damage. Because the poison in itself would make you have to wait for it to deal the damage, you know? And then the poison didn't work for our leech anyways, so because leeches only hits, so it's like really good anyways to just do it through hits. And then we just do more damage, so the AoE explode is also more consistent now. And the minion damage is probably a better mod than the attack speed and the minion Ellie-res. It was just that the implicit kind of sucked, and then yeah, you had to redo it with an unstable implant, which has a chance to delete the graft, and the grafts were like 1 to 2D just for the minion damage and the graft blood gained. So then you also the cost of the unstable implant being like 90C, and the chance that it just deleted the item completely too. So yeah, it's not the cheapest thing, but you can get this extra bonus defensive mod. There was also the CDR for how many green gems were in your build, and there was also increased skill effect duration for some other gem. There's a bunch of implicits you can hit. The main thing I would recommend is just to go for the minion damage and the graft blood gained, and then the bonus would be if you could hit something on the implicit or buying one with the implicit already hit. Because yeah, the main benefit would be the minion damage. And then you could compensate the minion attack speed and the minion Ellie-res basically through a jewel. Mostly the minion Ellie-res. Divine Orb, I'm rich. Divine Orb, I'm rich. Ooh, Divine Orbs. I'm rich. Divine Orb, I'm rich. 2 Divine Orbs, I'm rich. One Divine, I'm rich. One Divine, I'm rich. Divine orbs, I'm rich. Another divine orb and an axe, I'm rich. Sacred orb, actually. And now just a small update for the town. Since you saw all the clips with the Gigaloot, it's just as I recommended. I do the 6 Blue Xanthium. I just ship Blue Xanthium. I ship Blue Xanthium to Calgar, and we do 42k at a time, and you've been seeing div, 2 div, 2 div, 2 div. There's a bunch of X and null clips, but there's a lot less. They prioritize divines, and also we got that sacred orb, so hey, the mirror shard's coming, while also printing a ton of divines, and these are only 1 mil boats, so for 150 mil, you get 50 of these boats, but also the part where no dust and more of the... I've actually sold some of those runes for good money. Some like 50C ones and stuff, 60C rune graphs, which is kind of weird. I didn't expect it. But yeah, just doing the 1 mil boats, and then no dust. If you've ever grafted, like the video, and if you guys like the video and you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you guys are notified of the next videos. Bye!